Hey, it's Andy Aladort. Make sure you check out Nez Sez, the guitar YouTube show hosted by David Nesdahl and Ty Price, Thursdays at 8 o'clock on David Nesdahl's YouTube channel. Check it out.
Welcome, one and all, to the Sunday edition here at Nez Sez. How you doing, Ben?
I'm doing all right, Dave. Thanks for allowing me to join you on this Sunday evening.
Yeah, well, it's September 20th of 2020. It is late here. It's 10 o'clock p.m. And we have a few people. Thank you for sending everyone over to me. Let's say hello to everyone, shall we?
Sure.
Let's say hello to whomever is here. Terry's 3Gs is here. Max Josephson is here. Quentin James, Music Therapy Laz, Absolute Mayhem. Who else? Susie Cherry. Christopher, I can't I can't say your last name. I apologize. Nice to see you though. Nikki Ice is here. Thunder Falcon is here. Bill Spruce is here. Tubin in One is here. Hello,
Hey,
everybody. How
Thomas
are y'all doing?
Santiago.
Oh yes, Thomas. I'm so sorry. I missed you by accident.
Danny Alexander just jumped in.
Yeah,
Nice.
very nice. I had a great time watching you, Ben. You had a great show there. Ben,
Thanks,
Tom,
man.
and Absolute Mayhem. Great show.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Just hanging out,
Yeah.
That's sometimes, that's just the best stuff. Just hanging out, no agenda, just talking gear and telling a few stories. And then all of a sudden Mayhem just jumps in on the show, and which is awesome because I love that
nice.
guy. He was over here on Thursday, I think. Wednesday night. He was over here picking up his last guitar I had done for him. So that was
cool.
nice.
Very cool. So I have to apologize. I'm not wearing my beanie tonight because it's over on the amps and I forgot to get it. So I apologize about seeing the bald head. But
I allow the term beanie because he's from the U.S.
Yeah, well, I did just shave my head today, or this evening. So
I did not.
I don't really have much to talk about tonight. It's not going to be very long. Maybe we'll do a half hour, 45 minutes. But I did want to talk about this guitar strap a little bit.
I noticed that right away, Dave. When you had me jump in off air, I was like, ooh, and I know where you got that.
Well, we'll talk about that. It's from Jody Head Straps.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to tell you something, she makes the most amazing straps. She saw my guitar on Facebook and she contacted me and he said, would you like me to make you a strap? And I said, sure. How much? And we discussed the price, but whatever, And she says, I saw your flame guitar and I've got something in my mind that it just came to me and I want to make this for you. So basically, I'm gonna put myself up here so you can see it. Basically, it's a leather strap, and it's got this blue sparkle in here and around the sides, and this yellow part is actually the belly of a snake. It's a snakeskin strap, and it's real snakeskin, and of course it has all the
accoutrements.
Yes, for lack for a better word, yes. And I told her. She asked how long or how big it needed to be, and I said, well, it needs to be at its shortest 49 inches, and I wear it at about 51 inches, and it's comfortable there. So get it to where it's comfortable, and then make more. God forbid I ever gain weight, so I can still use it, or if I lose weight, leave some room. And she did all that, and it was done in like 3 days.
Wow.
The whole strap was done in 3 days, and it's really soft leather, and it conforms to you. It's
beautiful.
Really it's lightweight, and really, the leather is heavy duty, but it's lightweight. And man, I can't thank Jody Head enough and luckily for me, she's one of my channel sponsors. So this strap is probably a $200 to $250 strap because it's got snakeskin on it and because it's she dyed the snakeskin, and it's a lot of work, but
Sure.
I just can't thank her enough. I really, really suggest strongly and recommend strongly that if you need straps for any of your guitars, and not because she made this or she is a sponsor, but the quality of her stuff. I now have 2 straps from her. I've got a lot of straps, probably about 20, 25. But I have 2 straps from her. I have one on my Strat right now, which is kind of a Jimi Hendrix vibe, but like the old Ace straps. But the quality is ridiculous on that. It's just very well made. It doesn't fray. It doesn't break. There's, the adjustment piece where it normally is plastic. It's metal. Really heavy duty. Like the back of it is kind of like seatbelt material, so it's very heavy duty.
Nice.
And
Hey, Papa Blue.
I really recommend highly that if you need a strap, go to jodyhead.com, pick something out, or have something custom made, and tell her I sent you. Tell her I sent you. I'm working on a coupon code with her right now. So if by next week, maybe by Thursday, by my normal my normal YouTube show, I'll have some sort of coupon code which will save you some money.
Nice.
But check that out. Do you have anything new to show, Ben?
You know what? I can show it because we're not on my channel.
Great.
How about a new guitar?
Yeah, I'd love to see it.
This came in on Wednesday for a relationship that I started at NAMM. This is a bootlegger Royal, co-designed by Steve Stein. And I do have to do a pickup swap on it because it has available upgrade of coil tap pickups, and they were sent along, so I got to get those installed. But yeah, locking trim system, Brazilian cherry fretboard, which I do dig that color, diamond inlays, bolt-on neck, and they do that access for the output, which I do like, and it's got the plate style, not the bullet style or whatever they call that. I don't like. So yeah, cool little guitar.
Beautiful. Is that a real?
So
Floyd?
expect to see a bunch of stuff coming out on my channel.
What kind of Floyd Rose is that?
Well, Dave, no name brand.
Okay, well you can start there, and if you need to,
Well,
you can
that's
always
the thing.
upgrade.
I was like, you know what? I would put one of Adam's FU2 bridges on this. And beyond that, because if like the replacement pickups sound as good as these ones, and these do sound nice, yeah, that's like if there's a weak link, that's it. Upgrade the bridge and the locking nut for some stuff from Adam, and then you're good to go, basically.
Well, very cool.
Yeah,
very cool stuff. Let's say hello to some more people here. Hi, Janice. Janice Lala is here.
Nice to see you, Janice. Thunder Falcon.
Thunder Falcon. Nikki Ice is here.
Nice.
Who else did I see come in? Please forgive me. I'm not with it today. Really, I'm a little tired, and I got to tell you all, I'm a little scared and nervous because this coming Friday. Let me get myself on there so I can talk to everybody. Actually, that's not what I want to do. That's what I want to do. So this Friday, I'm finally going to have the top part of my thumb amputated. And don't worry, that's not blood on there. That's betadine solution. So I'm a little nervous. The surgeon, I already spoke to and saw the surgeon, and he told me exactly what's going to happen. Basically, I'll be in twilight. I won't feel a thing during the surgery. I'll go to sleep. I'll wake up. I'll have half a thumb. And he said the pain that I will have after the surgery for however long it is, it's just be more of an annoyance than real pain, and Tylenol should take care of it. And I'll tell you, I'm annoyed by this 24 hours a day, 7 days a week anyway. So probably it won't be much worse than it already is. I'm always in a little bit of pain. I always feel it. There's never a time where I can forget about it and just go about my business, or what it is. I always know that there's a pain there, but it's not terrible pain. It's just like an annoyance. But it's happening on Friday. I go into the hospital. They do it. I wake up. I go home. That's just as simple as it is. I don't think it can get any more simple. There's no hospital stay. I don't even know if I'm going to have IV. I don't know how they do it. Even if there is IV, that's probably the worst part of it, because I hate having an IV. I guess everybody does. Nobody really likes needles. But that's what's happening. So when I do my Sunday next week, I may be a little bit out of it. So forgive me now. And
That's okay. Those are some of the best shows, Dave.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll see what happens.
But definitely positive vibes, my friend, for that on Friday.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, Terry, the doctor said that he may be able to, because there's enough good skin there, that he may be able to pull a flap over, and it'll heal nicely. There won't be like this, he'll pull it up over and sew it together, and it should heal nicely. And, it'll be a nub, but at least it'll be closed. So I just need to make sure I really, really take care of myself and not burn my fingers while cooking, because that's how it all started. Burnt my thumb. It was a little blood blister, and then it just grew and grew. And then the doctor said, "Oh, it'll fall off by itself." It just grew. And now it's not falling off by itself. And I'm laughing because it's just nerves making me laugh about it. But Bill, I just told you the story. That's how it happened. Exactly how it happened. Hey, Zach, how are you?
I want to send out a happy birthday to Zach Thong as well.
Oh, happy birthday. Very cool.
And apparently he's moving to my area. He lives about an hour and a half west of me, and he's moving basically to where I just moved from last year.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. So if anyone has any questions about anything that because I don't have really anything new to show, but if there's something that I have that you've seen before that you may not know about it, you can ask me, and I'll go grab it and talk. We could talk about it. Or if you have any questions about anything that Ben has, which you probably all know about anyway, please, I'm sure Ben would like to grab something and talk about it.
Sure.
Yeah. Thunder Falcon, yes, I know people are praying for me, and I appreciate every prayer. Prayer works. Prayer does work.
I can say I'm a believer in I was a believer before, but I'm definitely firsthand experience believer in Adam's products from Tone. Shout out, because I know he supports both of our channels. I put a slew of upgrades in my Kramer, and yep, I get it. Better tone, better sustain, just better. It's a bigger sound. It's like turning up the amp that a little bit more or something.
That's very true. Well, here's the thing. I'm going to do this again. I do have an upgrade on this trem from Adam. I have the naval brass inserts in this one.
Nice.
But I'm going to order all of the blue titanium for this to match the blue on the guitar.
That'll be awesome.
So almost everything that you see that's black or those gold inserts will be blue. And nice. I already have a block in the guitar, so I don't need a block. But yes, all the screws and the inserts will be blue very soon. Very soon.
I was curious, does he do a naval brass locking nut?
Yes.
He does. Because I always thought, because it's kind of that old school throwback to a brass nut, but it's a locking nut as well. So I was curious about that. And I keep forgetting to text him about it, or lazy to look on the website. So.
Yeah. It's it's a little bit expensive, but the cool thing about that, and it's worth what he charges for it, because on any normal nut, locking nut, if you over tighten it, after a while the metal is going to it's gonna you'll see the top of the string, and uh, like it'll slip because you've tightened it too much too many
Right.
times. With the naval brass, it's so the metal is so hard that probably won't happen until it probably will
Right.
happen long after you're gone. The guitar will still be here, will be gone, and it's probably still won't have those indentations, which is kind of cool.
Hello to Black Salami. Says this show rocks. Way better.
Oh, way better what?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, because the last time you were live, Dave, you had Steve Lynch on, and that was just epic.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, the Steve Lynch video was really amazing, and I got to thank John Mancuda for joining me and being my co-host, because man, does he know what he's talking about when it comes to 80s rock and metal. And I was a little nervous before asking him, because he does his shtick on Tuesday nights with Johnny
Sure.
Bean, and it could be funny, and I'm sure to a lot of you it's very funny, but it could be a bit vulgar, and I don't really like that on this channel. I'm not going for that.
Right.
So I started to ask him to, if he's going to do this, please leave the Tuesday shtick at home. And he was like, Dave, that's just for Tuesdays. That's not the way I am. I do that because it's funny. People seem to like it. But I would never do that on anyone else's show unless they wanted me to. So I
Right.
said, yeah, I don't want you to. And he's like, great, I'll just be a good host. And it was, man, I couldn't ask for a better substitute.
And that's the thing, like, and John, he is professional. He can turn it on and off. And I'll say just simply, like, I've hung out with John at the NAMM show a couple of times over the last couple of years, but it was going to dinner with him, the one night where a group of us went out, and once we're eating and we're just talking like friends, John's a great guy. Like, I can understand why you're good friends with the man. He's a great guy.
When he comes to town, when he comes to New York, he sees his family. He comes over here. We have a great time. I set up some of his guitars sometimes, but we generally we enjoy the same things as far as music, as far as instruments. I mean, I do have my Gibsons and my Fenders and my Gretsch and stuff, and guitars like that, because that's what I use when I gig. But I have this a love affair for these 1 or 2 pickup hot rodded Floyd Rose type guitars.
The fun and the ridiculous.
Yeah, and he has 400 of them or so.
Right.
Around 400. We grew up loving the same things. He owns just one of them. He owns a guitar that Steve Vai used on the Skyscraper tour. It was not just used, it was his main guitar on the Skyscraper tour, and that was given away back in, I think, 1991 or 92. It was auctioned off for St. Jude, and I worked at the store that was auctioning it off, and I played it every day, and I fell in love with that guitar, and I had a relationship with that guitar. And when I found out that I was not eligible to win the guitar because I worked for the company, I was a little upset. But a guy won it, and I don't remember what his name was. And like 2 or 3 months later, the guy needed money, so John Mancuda hounded him and got that guitar for not as much as it could have gone for. And then when John brought it back to my house for me to check it out because he knew the story, it was like it never left the house. I remembered every little bit of it. It was very cool. I found a couple pictures of Steve Vai playing it, and I gave it to John. But
Nice.
that was very cool. Yeah, Renus, I know everyone wants this Charvel. It's very funny. I got the Charvel, and before I actually took ownership of it, John Mancuda texted me at like 3 in the morning and said, one of my buddies just told me that he wants to offer you $5,000 for the guitar. And I said, well, it's not mine, number one. Number two, if it was mine, it's not for sale. Number three, that's about $5,000 short of what it's supposed to go for. So try again. So yeah, this is a vintage 1982. I was wrong when I first said it was an 81. They didn't make 22 fret guitars in 81. They were all 21 frets. So this is an early 1982 Charvel Hot Rod Flames. The only thing that I changed on it was the Floyd and the wood screws that the Floyd sits on, because the old one, which I have in the back, the old one and the screws were so worn out that when the bridge floats on this. So when you would use the arm wouldn't go back to the 0 point at all, because the knife edge of the Floyd and the posts were so worn out that it just wouldn't go back to 0. So I changed that. I took this Floyd off my Rasta guitar, and also the post as well. And I've since replaced that as well on the Rasta, so that's back in rotation as well. But yeah, once I put this bridge on and this locking nut on, it like came to life again. It's ridiculous. This is probably one of the best guitars in my collection. I play it every day. And I have those Nitro Series ones, the green one and the red one, which I absolutely love. And they're supposed to be kind of a recreation of what this is, but those necks are a lot fatter than this is. And they're supposed to be thin, and they are thin for what they are. But this is like Ibanez thin, which is what they were back in 80, 81, 82. Really comfortable, really cool stuff. And it's also an R5 nut, but this one has an R3 on it so that the string spacing is a little closer and you got room on the edges of the fretboard. So that's the first move. If you get an R5 nut guitar and you find that your both your E strings are slipping off the fretboard, the first thing you need to order is an R3 nut, because it's the same, it's as tall as an R5, so you don't need any shims, but it's a little bit less wide and it fits perfectly.
Very nice.
Yeah. Renus Pinkle says, let me know when that ESP Super Strat goes up for sale. Well, it already went to the Chad, my buddy the Chad, because he owns it now. I don't think it's ever going to go up for sale again. And the reason I let that go is to get that red Charvel that I have. So, and I think it's a cooler guitar for me. It's new. It's a newer guitar. I know the ESP was vintage, but the string spacing and the neck profile is much nicer for me on the Charvel, and it's just about the same amount of money anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Hey, Boner Jams.
Hey, Boner Jams, how are you?
Two handsome men on a Sunday night. What gets better than this?
That's right. A more handsome guitar.
That's right.
Let's see. Who else is in here, and what else are people saying? Again, forgive me for being a little slow tonight. Okay. Everyone's talking to each other. So, what else is going on with you, Ben? What's going on here?
Well, what do we got? I released my signature drive pedal a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I was quite happy about that. I think there's still a few left. We're doing a limited run of 10 to start because, let's be honest, I'm not George Lynch, So, the fact that LPD Pedals was nice enough to partner with me and put together a cool little drive pedal meant to drive other pedals and drive amps, so it's kind of a double boost in one. And I really dig it. Nice warm tube sounding boost. And effective tomorrow, assuming everything is on schedule, I have a big unboxing coming out on my show tomorrow night, stepping into the digital world. So a little bit of a teaser there. So some friends, one of the major digital companies reached out, or I reached out and they reached back, and I don't know. We reached out to each other, and yeah, so something really cool coming in tomorrow.
Very cool. Can't wait to see it. Max Josephson asks if that's an AVH Frankenstrat that he sees behind me on the rack. No, I don't. I don't have any EVH branded guitars. I make exact replicas. All those guitars are replicas of specific guitars that Eddie Van Halen has owned and played. I have an amazing replica of the 5150 guitar. Basically every iconic guitar, almost every iconic, because I've sold a lot of them off. Because I feel like, well, I can make it any time, and if someone wants one, there are a couple that I just won't sell, but a couple of them I'll let go of. So those are all handmade, replicas of the originals that Eddie has used. If there are any that you'd like to take a look at, let me know, and I'll go grab one or two if you like.
Nice.
Thunder Falcon says, so if you contact Jody Head, will she make a custom one-off strap? Yes, it depends on if you come to an agreement on how much you're going to pay for it, she'll make you anything she wants, anything you want. She's that cool. Yeah, just give her a call, email her, text her, however you need to do it, and talk to her about it, and she'll make a custom strap. Very, very nice for you as well.
Yeah, and she does some great work.
Yeah. Oh, Terry, I'm sorry. You know what? If I don't have very mods here, and Ben is one of them. But if you'd like to be a mod, if you're gonna watch the show from time to time and you want to help me out, I'll make you a mod. Not a problem.
Yeah, he's pretty good with providing links for myself, and
Sure.
that's kind of where I learned that shtick, So when I'm modding for you, but yeah, I don't have the modding capabilities up right now because I'm just watching the StreamYard chat. So
yeah, and I honestly, the reason I'm not doing it right now is because I forgot how to do it, but I'll figure it out again. Bill, I know there's a cat. My cat is here somewhere. He may be trying to steal a guitar because he's smart. This one is a doozy. I have a cat and 2 dogs. So, Zach, thank you very much. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Hey, Ben,
Hey,
how are you? Great show tonight with Ben. Great show.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. David, Blackjack Guitar Nut asks, David, is Jody had the same, I guess, tack? I don't know. That made TTK's strap. I don't know who TTK is. Please.
The Tone King.
I haven't seen his straps, so I don't know.
I do believe, yeah. I believe she does his straps as well.
She makes custom straps for a lot of people. Larry Mitchell has 3 or 4 different custom straps, and he's endorsed by her. So if you fancy a strap like he has, you can just ask for Larry Mitchell strap with the conchos or however you want to. They're high end. All of her straps are high end. Even the ones that are affordable are high end.
Yeah.
They may not be terribly expensive, but they're high end. They're made amazingly, and generally, once you get one of her straps, it never breaks. It doesn't break.
Yeah.
So you never have to worry about it. But if you want something custom made like this, I'm sure she'll do it for you. Maybe come up with a design, or if you want her to come up with a design, give her some ideas. She'll come up with a price for you, and just pay it, and she'll make it. And she does it pretty quickly.
Janice says she went play guitar, didn't make it back to my show. Quite all right. That's the number one reason to miss any of our shows. If you're off playing guitar, that's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
And thanks, Judy.
Jeff Cornell says, Dave, do you want to show off the black and yellow striped guitar? If you give me 1 second, I'll go get it. Okay, hang on one second.
Nice.
Ben, you want to take it away for just a second?
I think I can handle that.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Zach. Yeah, I had a great time with Tom tonight, and Mayhem jumping in and hanging out with us. I can understand that, Bill. Definitely. Let's see here. We're costing you practice time, Bill. Yeah, it happens. Got here. And if you haven't already, please give Dave a thumbs up on the live stream. If you haven't already, please subscribe. That's it. Can I elaborate more on the bootlegger? Sure. So the bootlegger guitars are built in Korea. I'm not sure which factory. They are built in Korea, and then final QA is done in California in the greater LA area. One of those sand something or other communities. Very nice. Chuck Wilson's the owner of the company. I met him at NAMM. I borrowed a guitar and amp off of him actually to do a demo at the LPD display. And then after that, I performed in the booth a couple more times, and we kept in touch. And he asked if I would do some work with him, promoting the Royal, and who knows, might even do some Canadian distributorship on their behalf. Ooh, a Bumblebee.
Yeah, so this is the guitar that I was just asked to show. Jeff Cornell, I believe, asked. Yes, Jeff Cornell. So let me just let me get this up here like this. This is my replica of the Bumblebee, and I kind of did two things. Well, I didn't do it. This was made, and then I acquired it. I made it where, well, I made it. I kind of stopped saying that. I did put this Floyd on because I wanted it to look more like the original before, after the V-Trem was put on. But I liked the black headstock when it was originally given to Eddie. It had a black headstock with the Charvel logo on it. It had, a brass nut on it, and it had a regular Fender V-Trem style. Actually, it's brass, Charvel style tremolo on it. This guitar has an old DiMarzio Super Distortion in it. The color of the stripes, people don't generally get that right when they do this guitar. It's usually they usually make it with a lot brighter yellow. It's I know it looks bright on this channel, but when you look at it in person, it's got that number 2 pencil color, or the school bus color, which is the right color yellow on this, and all the stripes are correct on it, not like the EVH version where they're not really correct. This neck is a very old Musicraft neck. It's been worn in. It's been played. All the relicking you see on that neck is not relicking. It's all play. It's all playware. It stays in tune really well for a guitar that doesn't have fine tuners on the trem. I maybe tuned this guitar 3 or 4 months ago. Still in tune.
Nice.
Yeah, very, very low action. It's got medium jumbo frets on it. The neck feel, the back of the neck is it's not big, it's not small, but it's definitely not big. It's very comfortable. It's very fast neck. I think the radius is a 12-degree radius, so you can bend forever and not fret out.
Nice. Hey, Murph.
Just a really cool guitar. And it's for sale. This one's, if anyone wants this guitar, let me
Quentin
know.
James.
It's not cheap, though. It's got a couple vintage parts on it, and that's why it's not cheap. But it is it's available. I think after this one goes, I'm keeping the rest that I have, but just let
Hey,
me know.
Deja Voodoo. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So yeah. So I brought this over, and I brought another one over to show. I've showed the other one many times, but some people haven't seen it yet, and some people may want to see it again. So I'll show that in a couple minutes. We're not going to stay on very long tonight. I have a very long week ahead of me. Tuesday, I have to go to get my COVID test and my surgical. They do like a make sure you're okay for the surgery. So I have to do that on Tuesday. But tomorrow dialysis comes very fast. So we'll maybe stay on for another 15 minutes or so. Maybe tops half hour, if that's okay with you guys and girls.
Works for me.
Cool.
I just gotta do YouTube tomorrow.
Well, it's nice.
Yeah. Back
Yes,
hard at it
there's
Tuesday
still-
after Monday's unboxing. Then all of a sudden, the company's like, "So what did you think?" Oh, well,
course.
okay.
Yeah, you gotta check it out, and whatever it is, you gotta play with it and make sure it's perfect.
Yep.
Thank you, Susie. Yeah, I enjoy coming on. I appreciate. I'm very sorry I didn't make it last Sunday. I had a lot of stuff going on here at the house with family, and just couldn't pick the right time. And when I had the time to do it, Ben was on, and I refused to do a show when he's on. So
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Same way. Like,
Yeah.
even if you randomly went live, let's say on a Tuesday afternoon, and I was thinking, I'd be like, "Oh well, Dave's on." It's just, no.
It's just consideration and camaraderie for your fellow YouTuber.
Exactly.
We talk about the same things, and we have a lot of the same friends that want to watch us. So it's just easier that I didn't do it, and I was fine with it too, because by the end of the night I was exhausted. I always am at the end of Sunday nights. So it was fun. It was fun to watch and just and go to bed afterwards. But
Sure.
yeah, tonight I felt like doing it. But thank you, Max. I appreciate it. Appreciate that. I hope it comes out good too. The doctor said when the thumb heals, there'll be enough of a nub left where I could hold the pick between the nub of the thumb and my middle finger, with a little bit of, occupational therapy.
Sure.
And work it, because I have also arthritis, and I can't make a fist with my hand. That's as far.
I was going to even say, probably, like even whether regular or even modify a thumb pick.
Maybe, but it's gonna be very tender for a long time. I don't think I'll be able to put a thumb pick on there for a while.
I have the right one. I have a specific one somewhere. There it is. It's off camera. Aha. The good folks at Black Mountain that do the best of both worlds, because it looks like a standard pick, but it has a lever on the back that is on a spring.
Oh, that's very cool. Yeah.
I met these guys at NAMM as well, and these things, it's great.
Check one of them out. Bill Spruce says, and this is all from burning yourself. Yes. Well, what I forgot to mention is I'm diabetic, so I don't heal very fast to begin with, and my sugars are pretty in check. Just lately, because this got infected, my numbers are way off, and it's because of this. And that's what the doctors say anyway, because I have not been eating any different. And my sugars are all up because of the infection in my thumb. So I want that to go away so I can go back to life, So I'm going to show this. I'm going to show this other guitar, and we'll talk a little more, and see what comes up. Hang on a second. This next one is not for sale. My 5150 guitar. I do. I just wanted you guys to see what the Guitar Whisperer company, which is my company, is able to do. So you would think at least I would think if I was just handed this guitar, not knowing it was mine, I would think this was Eddie's guitar. Because everything that's on Eddie's guitar is on this. It's ridiculous how close we were able to come with this. It's got
and the scariest part is I think lucked out with the piece of wood used for the body too, like the graining being similar, so you could get the wear, especially like on the upper bout.
Well, I got to tell you the truth. We coaxed it that way.
Oh, really?
Yes, we dented the wood before we painted it to make those grain movements. Yeah, all the grain that you may see underneath is us, denting the wood to make it that way. Yeah, because that's the way it is on his. So, and we would do the same thing if anyone else wanted this particular guitar. So, it would look just like his guitar. And the relicing on the neck isn't just random relicing; it's relic exactly the way his guitar is. And the only difference is that is a prototype vintage nut on there, and that string tree is a prototype vintage string tree. That would cost a lot of money to put on there. So your guitar, if you wanted one, would not have that unless you wanted to pony up a lot of money and then just wait because they're very hard to find.
Sure.
Yeah.
And unless you have a very large a bank account to support it, it's not like you can build up an inventory of having 8 vintage locking nuts on hand and stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, this is one of the FRT5 reissues that Jim Francis made. And a real one is about $2,500 from a real one from like 81, 82, around there. This one was under $500, but still. And they're so limited too. I don't think he's making them anymore. So that's the only difference. If I was to build another one of these, it would have a 1984 Floyd on it because it looks very similar. It's just amazing. Bless you. Amazing quality. Max, that black and yellow at the moment is the only one that's for sale.
Hey, David Scher.
You just saw it. Hey, David, how are you? So that's this guitar, and it's got an old JB from the early '80s in it.
Beautiful.
I know. When I chose to do the 7-tuner guitar on like he has it today, I wanted the look of the pickup, but I didn't want a PV Wolfgang pickup in my guitar. He has a PV Wolfgang pickup in his. I like the sound of the JB, and I like the old sound of Van Halen. So I went with the look of the way it looks today, but went with a very old pickup. So
I dig it.
Yeah. Still in tune as well. All my guitars seem to stay in tune.
It's probably the guy that sets them up.
Maybe. You never
Maybe.
know. Thank you, Zach. Appreciate it. So we have 33 people watching us right now. That's really good on a Sunday. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate everyone showing up.
Yeah.
Papa Blue says, make sure you box that one up real good. You got it. You got it. When it's ready to go, I'll box it up and I'll call you. But then you better be ready to pull some green out for this one if it ever goes up for sale.
Mm-hmm. Knowing the man hours that go into one of those, I can only imagine.
Well, a lot of people think that, well, how hard could it be? It's you order a body and a neck, you paint it red, red, white, black stripes, and then beat it up. Well, that might have been true for the guitars that, were made for Eddie in the begin with, because no one was trying to make a replica of a guitar. They were just doing just that. Kramer had bodies and necks, although the necks were custom made for Eddie. The headstock, only Eddie got them. He only got maple necks. But when they put them together, basically they painted the guitar white, put some stripes on it, painted red, and painted black after that, and then took it outside and beat it up and threw nuts and bolts at it to put dents in it. So that's the easy part. But when you're making an exact replica of a guitar that's out there, there's a lot of time and patience that have to go into it. On this guitar alone, there's over 100 hours of relicking. Just
I believe it.
Alone. Just relicking alone. Susie Cherry wants to know how long it takes to make a guitar like this. Well, first you have to order the body and neck. And right now, Musicraft is about 12 weeks out for
Now,
completing.
Dave, is there not a new guy that's doing necks like that? Our friend Adam through the Boogie Bodies division.
Yes, similar.
Okay.
Similar. They're good, but if you're
I was going to ask you because I only just saw that yesterday, I think.
Yeah, if you're looking for an exact replica, I'd go with Musicraft. I haven't seen any of Adam's necks, so I don't know yet. I haven't seen any of
it. Like I said, I only just saw the ad yesterday, and it was like, new, I'm doing this neck, and I went, oh, snap, okay.
Okay, well, if he's doing it, then I would imagine it would be amazing because his stuff is amazing.
Yeah.
Or you go to Randy Butala as well. You can go to Randy Butala.
Yeah.
He makes another amazing exact neck. So those three companies, I would suggest. Then you got to find a company that makes bodies. Usually Chris Locke, Custom Guitars, makes the bodies, but he's taking a hiatus right now because he was way behind and now he's exhausted. So he's taken about a month off. Ben Tom wants to know how close the parts from KNE are. I think they make a close body. I think the body is close, but I don't think they make a close neck at all. But all right, so you get the body and neck after 12 weeks. The body usually comes a little bit before. The neck, Musicraft takes a long time because they're just swamped. You got to order all the parts, the right Floyd, the right pickup, or whatever pickup you want for it. So most people think that you get Shaler tuners. They're not Shalers. They have to be Godos without the name on the back of the tuner. If you're doing a 6-peg tuner. But if you're doing a 7-peg, voila, the 7th peg on top, excuse me, is a Shaler double tab from like 82. You have to find one of them. Usually, whoever has them is not going to break up the set just to sell you one. So there's that. The painting of the guitar, once you get it, painting the guitar it could be fast or not because you paint one color, then you relic that color to where it's reliced on the body. Then you restripe it and you paint it red. Then you got to relic the red. And that takes a long time. Then you put the black stripes on and you relic the black stripes. It's literally over 100 hours of relicking alone. Then, if you didn't do a dry build before you painted it, you have to, when you put it together, you have to make sure the guitar wants to actually be a guitar. That takes 2 or 3 days because it may fit together, but once the strings are on it and everything is stretching out and the wood's like, oh, I don't really want to do this. I don't want to. You have to mess with it. And sometimes it works out perfectly. Sometimes you go back to the drawing board. It sometimes just doesn't want to fit together the way it should. There's a lot of things that go into it. But yeah, like I said, it takes probably about 4 months to build. 4 months about. From ordering parts to the end process.
But after all that, you do have a damn cool guitar.
Yes. Well, this one is super duper cool, and we've made ones that were actually cooler than this one. I love this one because it's mine, but I have, other than, if I wasn't so ethically correct and didn't have a conscience, I may have switched out mine for the one that was built for the customer because his was better. But I never did that, and I never will do that. So it's just, and nowadays, it's like when this one was built. This one was built, I want to say, 5 years ago, maybe. Since then, we've been able to do them a little quicker, a little nicer. The setups are just better. This one is great, but it took me a while to get this one great. When it first was built, I was like, yeah, it's cool looking. It's a great wall hanger. Is it a great guitar? Nah, it's not a great guitar. I got to make it a great guitar. And I did. I spent more money than these things are and made it a great guitar. And now it's one of my favorites. But
Nice.
Bill Spruce, I'm going to say this, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I think I know what you're talking about because you don't want to get an expensive guitar because you might not be a great guitar player. Well, let me tell you something. You don't have to be a good guitar player to have a good guitar. And it'll help inspire you to be a good guitar player. So you may be growing into a guitar, but you'll have some damn good guitar to grow into.
I agree.
Yeah. Let's see. Pooh Ninja said finding all the right stuff to make the Frankenstein was tough, and that's true. That's true. If you want a real true replica, and that $25,000 one that Fender made is a really nice one, but it's not a true replica because there are a lot of parts on that guitar that weren't exact to the original, including the body, because the body of the original Frankenstein is a Charvel body. So when Fender made the body, they used a Fender body.
Yeah.
Different shape, slightly different shape. They also,
Which is funny because they could have used a Charvel body if they wanted to.
They haven't tooled correct for that body because it was really like a Lynn Ellsworth body.
Right.
Azusa Lynn Ellsworth, which became Charvel. So that even Charvels didn't really have the right body to make one of those. But it's
See you, Blackjack Guitar Nut.
yeah. See you, Blackjack. Take care. It was close. It's close. They could probably do one now. But anyway, the tuning pegs on the original had I don't have a guitar with me with it. Actually, that other guitar that I had have the crown headed Goto tuners that were made in like 80 and 81. 82 maybe. So finding 300 pairs of those is impossible. So people that make replicas, reputable people that make replicas will go on eBay and buy a set of those for $250 or so. But for Fender to find 300 pairs of those at $250 a piece or however much, if you can even find there's no way to find 300 pairs of them. They use Schaller tuners, which are not on the original guitar. The arm, the Floyd arm on the original guitar has this kooky. If you could look at the assembly on this, I don't know if you can see it. You see, it's a nut and a nylon washer.
Right.
That's how it is on Eddie's guitar, but on all the new ones, it's not this. It's the original Floyd Rose collar. So that's different. The actual reflectors on the replicas are not exactly the same either. They're round, they're round, they're red, and they're orange, but they're not exactly the same. Where you can find the exact same ones. In fact, the Frankenstein that I had that I got rid of, that I sold, had the right ones, and I can always get the right ones. But when you order 300 sets of them, you can't get 300 sets of those exact ones. It's just very hard. So although it's easy for me to say it's not an exact replica. The disclaimer is, how do you get 300 sets of all this vintage stuff? You just can't. So you go to you do the next best thing, and you find out who makes a repro, and if it's close enough, it's close enough. And the upside of the Fender replica is it's a official Eddie Van Halen guitar, which he uses, because he uses the replicas as well.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. It's the same guitar he's using, and that's what makes it so much money. Hey, Headstock Harem. Hey, David Ennis. How are you?
Nice.
So, real quick, does anyone else have any other questions? Any comments they'd like read? I'm going to throw. Although, you know, I know you guys can, if you really want to, you can put a super chat up. You don't. It's not mandatory. But I'm going to put my PayPal and Venmo up here for those who may want to give a donation to the channel here, so that we can keep doing this. I don't put it in my pocket. All I do is when YouTube sends me the money, I just put it back into YouTube so that we can keep going. Because it's not a lot of money. It's just, you know, it's just enough for you to keep channels going these days. Unless you're, unless you have bazillions of views and you can actually make a lot of money. But
ain't that the truth?
You ain't kidding. You ain't kidding. You know.
There's a reason I have over 500 demos on my channel.
Oh yeah, that's the way to do it. It really.
Yeah, that way they all get 5-10 views a day. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So. I want to say thanks to everyone that came in here. We have 34 people here. We're going to be here. We're going to be in here for 2 or 3 more minutes. Just saying goodnight to people.
Yeah, I appreciate everyone tuning in on the Sunday night.
Absolutely. Thanks. Absolute mayhem. Thank you so much.
Hey.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. He says, cheers, Dave and Ben. Let's get this up here for him to... There you go. Thank you so much, Absolute.
Right on, man.
Appreciate it. I'm going to try to keep doing these on Sunday. I may not do it next Sunday because I'll be in pain. We'll see. I may try to. Deja Voodoo says, props to Dave for letting them go. When I spent those kinds of hours building and perfecting, relicking, setting up guitars, I'd become quite attached. Cool hang, peeps. Well, yeah, I do get attached to a lot of guitars that I sell, but you know what? I like my customers to have stuff that is as good as mine or better than mine.
And you're giving your customers their dream guitars because it is a custom one-off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I don't just do replicas of these things. We do everything. We'll do the Malmsteen Strat, the old, you know, the play loud guitar with the duck, he calls it. We do George Lynch's guitars. Well, we do the stripe, the tiger stripe one. We haven't tried to do the kamikaze ones yet, but we do the tiger stripe, all relic to the way it was. I just did a white and pink tiger stripe guitar for a customer, unrelicked, and I think it's on his way to him now. I think my partner has it, so it either got shipped out or it's just about to get shipped out. We'll do any type of relic guitars. The only thing we don't do, like CHS Custom Guitars does, which if you want a factory shiny guitar, go to him. He's amazing. Craig at CHS Custom Guitars. He will make your guitar shine better than a factory guitar. Thank you, David Ennis. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Thanks, Dave. I was going to say, yeah, when it comes to Craig, if you want to Gretchify, that's the best way I can describe it, because he uses this beautiful metal flake that always reminds me of a Gretsch, but he'll put it on anything.
Thank you, Thomas.
Dang.
Thank you so much. Craig Stofko at CHS Custom Guitars. He will do the most awesome metal flake, or if you want to refinish your Music Man because it's faded, your Eddie Van Halen Music Man. He will make it look exactly like it was the
Yeah, you
day
can
it
do
was
the
new.
bursts. Like,
He does
that
a
Explorer
lot of.
he put up today was just sick.
I saw it. Yeah, I saw that gold metal flake on a Charvel Explorer, and a very early one too. But yeah, if you want a factory shiny finish, go to Craig. Tell him I sent you. But if you want a great relic guitar, if you want a great if you don't want it terribly shiny, like amazingly shiny, but you want it to look like it was a 30-year-old guitar that's been in someone's bed, under someone's bed, we'll do that finish as well. So it's still shiny, but it'll have scratches in it from the buffing wheel, and it may have a little bit of checking, but it'll look kind of like it has been unplayed for 30 or 40 years. We do that, and we'll do any type of bolt-on neck. So
Thunder Falcon, look up CHS Custom Guitars on Instagram or Facebook.
Thank you. Yeah. Check him out.
Craig's
he's
a great guy too.
Great friend of ours. Super friendly. His turnaround is pretty quick for a custom painted guitar. I don't know how quick it is right now, but I still think it's pretty quick considering paint takes a long time.
Yeah.
Just give him a call if you want to do that.
Unfortunately, he deals in mostly modern paint products, so the cure time is a fraction. It's not like he's shooting nitro that has to gas off for days and days.
Right. Headstock Harem asks, does Musicraft have a one humbucker pickup body? No, they don't do bodies right now. They are so behind on necks that they stopped doing bodies because they don't sell nowhere near as many bodies as they do necks. And since they're 12 weeks from inception to finishing a neck, they stopped doing bodies for now. They say they may do them again in the long run, but money-wise, it's not worth it to them since they generally do necks.
I'll plug Adam again at Boogie Bodies. Go to fu-tone.com. There's a Boogie Bodies section.
Well, we're gonna plug Adam anyway because he's dare I say sponsor of the show. I don't know if I want to say sponsor, but he really is behind this show. He's behind Ben's show. He's told me he's actually told me to say that Nez Sez is FU Tone approved. So that's how we're gonna go with this. So
yeah.
Yeah. Absolute Mayhem. I will take care of that as soon as I figure out how to do it. Maybe I'll give you one as well.
Do you have the YouTube chat open or just StreamYard?
I don't. I just have StreamYard open.
Okay.
At the moment.
Yeah.
But I could probably take care of that in the next day or two. Let's see. Anything else? Anyway, I don't have anything else to talk about, really. I know this was really quick, but Ben, it was really nice having you on here.
It was awesome. One thing to add, another supporter of both of our channels. Let's throw a shout out to Rob at Tessie Switch.
Tessie Switch.
You can use your coupon code of Nez Sez for 15% off, or you can use the coupon code Canucks and save 15%. It's up to you.
And I believe that Nez Sez, I'm not going to use my name because I'm a nobody, but I think Nez Sez is now on the Tessie Switch roster. My picture isn't up yet, but I think I'm on the roster as an endorsee.
Well, then you would be right next to me at the bottom. I was going to say, I'm at the bottom of the list, and if you join me, then that's awesome. The two of us on there is, yes.
That's right. Rob is actually building my pedal board. All those pedals that I had here on my desk. Rob.
I zoomed in on that photo. Wait, you're like, you posted, I think today. You're like, here's what's going on with board. I'm like,
yeah. So he's building my pedal board now. He's doing all the wiring and everything. And if you don't see my picture on his website, it's because he's too busy doing that. And I'd rather him do that than have my name or my photo, because no one needs to see a photo of this. But anyway, there will be a photo up on his website at some point. But thank you, Rob. Thank you, Tessie Switch. Go get yourself some Earthquaker pedals. Go get yourself some Keeley pedals.
Yep.
Guitar picks. I think he has strings as well.
Strings.
He's
hardware,
got cables. He's got
cables.
Switches. How about kill switches? He's got those. I don't have a guitar with me right now. I do have one guitar here that has it, but I don't have one with me.
There we go.
There you go. There's one right there. Very
The
cool.
one modification I did to my signature guitar after it was released, I'm like, we got to add a Tessie switch.
Nice. Very cool. And please check out Jody Head Straps.
Yes.
You will not be unhappy with anything you get from her. Her straps.
JodyHead.com.
There you go. Ben, I want to say goodnight. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me, Dave.
Oh, anytime. We'll do this more often as long as you're available.
Sure.
Everybody in the chat, thank you so much. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Have a wonderful week. I'll see you Thursday. I've got Ronnie Lee, one of the first female rock and rollers and ever. And she is hip. She's
awesome.
Cool ass chick. She's got a lot to say. She'll be here with me and Ty on Thursday night. Check that out. Everyone have a good night, and I will see you all real soon.